Hi, my name is Tushemereirwe. When it comes to mental health, I have suffered multiple disorders. I have overcome and I'm still overcoming. Mental health is something we all need to pursue intentionally, and this is a lifelong journey. I am someone who's willing to talk about it. I want to help put an end to the stigma regarding mental health. I'm willing to share my story, and I'm willing to be an advocate for mental health. And 1st March is Self-Injury Awareness Day, and I thought, what better way to bring awareness about self-harm? I struggled with self-harm for 7 years, as you can see. What is self-harm? Self-harm is when one intentionally harms themselves. And why self-harm? In life, there are ups and downs. We encounter different situations, and unfortunately, we sometimes develop coping mechanisms that are negative. So we end up trying to cope in a negative way. For example, some tend to drink, some tend to smoke, while others have fits of rage and violence and anger as a coping mechanism. Some tell lies, and some withdraw and become too quiet. And unfortunately, some harm themselves to try and cope. Why self-harm? When it comes to harming oneself, some do it because of trying to feel alive, try to feel an emotion. Some do it to release anger and rage. Some do it to feel something like that, like life matters. Well, for me, I did it for all the above reasons. I wanted to release the anger, and it was a cry outburst for liveness. I wanted to feel alive. And though it began with hearing voices, with time the voices went away and I wanted to harm myself. There are 3 ways mainly to do with self-harm. The first one is psychodynamic therapy. This is a therapy that focuses on dealing with past experiences and past emotions. Way number 2 is cognitive behavior therapy. This is therapy that focuses on negative thought patterns, realizing these thought patterns and increasing coping mechanisms. As we had talked about, that self-harm, someone is just trying to cope. Way number 3 is the electrical behavior therapy, and this helps one come up with positive coping mechanisms. I stopped harming myself 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And how have I coped? God has been my source of strength. He has strengthened me, but mainly an adjustment in a way of thinking, in my way of thinking. Not what I'm thinking about, but the way I think has changed. I could share some of the thinking patterns. Way 1, I cannot control life circumstances, but I can control my reactions to life circumstances. Way number 2, I may be a victim at the start of someone's reactions or someone's decisions, but I don't have to remain a victim. I have the authority to choose not to be a victim after a while. Way number 3 is understanding that people make decisions when they're also hurting has helped me quite a lot to let things go. And also knowing that I also hurt people. I'm not perfect. So if someone hurts me, I also hurt people. So that has helped me be more empathetic, to forgive and to let go. Way number 4 is I've come to know that, or to appreciate, that God is building each one of us. We are on a journey. We are not complete. So when I fail, I used to think I was bad. I'm a bad person because I've done a bad thing. Or when I did terrible things, I used to feel terrible, that I'm a terrible person. But now it's not like that anymore. Now I know I am on the journey. God is building me up. I'm not who I was 5 years ago or even 2 weeks ago. So when I do fall, when I do mess up, the guilt and the condemnation doesn't overwhelm me. I'm able to now sit back and say, okay, Sarah, you have messed up. It's not the right thing to do, but it is okay because you're growing, you're learning. So this has helped me cope with my own failures. Mental disorders are real, so let's stand up and talk about it and be there for one another. We were not created to be alone. We can survive this together, so speak out. Let's share our stories, and when you see someone struggling, reach out to them. Or if you want, reach out to me. I'm ready to hear, and we can all build each other up. Thank you, be blessed. I'm free, my mind is free, and I'm thriving, and I'm still overcoming. Good day.